It's a trap. Being fat is a trap because it's comfortable. You don't have to do hard things. You don't have to push your body to the limits. You don't have to eat those healthy food. You can eat those junk food. You can get the rewards from all the dopamine hits from eating the junk food because you're comfortable. It's a trap. All right, so I'm not gonna tell you this gently, but being out of shape is a choice. And every single person in your life can tell that, right? Your coworkers, the woman you want, the job, the room you walk into, they all can see it, even if they don't tell you. Even if they don't tell you, they all can see it. Now, when you walk into a room, it is you right here, this whole entire figure. No matter the baggy clothes, no matter it's fitted, it is a resume to everyone. It is a resume to everyone around you of what you are willing to do in private. Your private standards are showing out in front of everyone. The minute you walk into a room, everyone makes an opinion about you, whether it's good or bad. And the first thing they see, because everyone's gonna be like, well, you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, guess what, brother? They're judging. And the first thing I see when I see a fat person, I'm like, wow, lazy. And you'll be like, well, maybe he has thyroid problems. Well, maybe he does. But there are always a way. And maybe he does not want it that bad. So the question is, how are you, an able-bodied individual who can get it done, who can do the work, not put in the work? That's the question you must ask yourself, right? And you know the most saddest thing about just being out of shape, even though you know it's a choice, is that everyone around you can see that it is entirely up to you, but you're not making the choice. Everyone around you can see the work that you're avoiding. They can see all the bad habits you're putting in private, but you don't see it. You don't see it, but everyone around you knows your potential, and you're not even giving them half of what they deserve, half of what you deserve. You deserve this, right? You deserve to be in the best physique possible. You deserve to be in the best position possible to become the person that people look up to, that people respect. You don't have to demand it. It is earned by yourself, and it is a proxy of everyone else. Do you understand that? Do you understand that you have the potential to be who you want to be? You have the potential to get in shape. You have the potential to be your true form, and you don't even let yourself have it. Could you imagine when was the last time you seen underneath all this fat? I get bothered. I get triggered because I see people walking around, especially in America. You know, when you go to these European countries, you go to all these countries around the world, these people are in shape. These people are fit because they care about themselves. Being in shape is the only thing you can ever realize and look at somebody and be like, wow, at least he cares about himself. Like he's willing to at least go and do some walking. He's willing to at least go and do some boxing. He's willing to at least go and do some swimming. He was willing to at least go do some basketball. I don't know, but he's at least being physical enough to care about himself and to care about his health, which by proxy makes him care about others and is supporting others. Do you understand how selfish it is for you to be out of shape? Think about that. Think about when you are out of shape and you have to go to the hospital because now you have diabetes. Now you have to put all that stress and that burden on your family, your coworkers, your freaking friends. Huh? Huh? But it's entirely up to you. You chose this. And the people around you can see it, and it's pathetic. Because you have the ability to change. You have the ability to be in shape. I don't even understand how, I can't even understand. See, I remember that I was with one of my exes, and I remember I just got the military, and I freaking swole. And the blink of an eye, a few months passed by, I'm out of shape. I don't even recognize the person in front of me. I don't even recognize the person that I was looking at in the mirror. Some of you guys are so used to, some of you guys are so like trained to see the person that you see now that you don't even realize there's a 2.0 version of you. You don't even realize there's a person that looks much better than the person you look right now. I'm not saying you're ugly. What I'm saying is that there is a version of you that is in shape, that looks good, that can provide for their family. Yeah, you're like, well, you don't have to be in shape to provide for your family. Of course not. Of course not, but it definitely helps. It definitely helps. I was with my ex, I just got out of the military, I just got out of the Marines. In shape, and then blink of an eye, gone. Fat, pathetic, sloppy, dirty. And not only does it translate just physically, it translates to the rest of your life. Can you imagine how much things you would get done if you were in shape? If you had the energy? You know, most people don't do bad because they don't understand. They do bad because they feel bad. I'm talking about internally. I'm talking about physically. They literally feel bad. That's the thing you have to understand. You don't understand how bad you feel because you never felt actually good. When was the last time you felt really good? Huh? Maybe it was when you were freaking in high school. Maybe it was when you were in college playing sports. And then life got to you, and somehow, oh yeah, this is just normally how I feel. I'm just normally bloated. I'm just normally lethargic. I'm just normally want to crash out every freaking 5 seconds. Most people don't do good because they don't feel good. All you have to do is change one thing, and a lot of things in your life will change. Now, after I got in shape, after I got in the military, I got fat, and I got in shape. I let myself go because I got into what's it called, dealership. I got in the dealership. I'm doing freaking fantastic, right? I'm doing fantastic, making $10,000 to $20,000 a month. And guess what happened? When you're around the people in the dealership, all they do is order fast food. They don't go to the gym. You're tired from working 12 hours a day. And I was letting life happen to me instead of me making life happen. And then I started getting out of shape again. But I had to snap out of it because I understood that at the edge, whenever you were in the hospital, you know that you never ask, oh, when you're in the hospital, it's never, what woman can I get? How much money can I make? Well, I wonder where I can live. No, it's how can I be healthy again? And the way you prevent yourself from ever being in that position as best as you can, because God forbid things happen. But do you understand that by being out of shape, you're already putting yourself in jeopardy? You're putting yourself closer to the end, right? When we're sick, laying on the couch, not being able to do anything, there's only one thing we're hoping for. It's to feel better. It's to be better, to have health. Health is wealth, right? But you are fat by choice, and you don't understand it. Why is that? Right? You're so comfortable. Everyone around you can see that. You are comfortable in the shoes that you're in right now. Everyone can see it. You're comfortable. You're okay being fat. Because tomorrow, there is no tomorrow. Isn't it crazy? We're all so accustomed to tomorrow, but there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. And when you understand that being fat, the fat version of you right now, who's watching this, maybe you're not fat. Maybe you're getting there. Maybe you're on that journey. In the next 6 months, you might be freaking fatter than you ever seen before, and you're wondering how the hell did you end up here? Oh, well, that's me. You're probably wondering how I end up here. Yeah. You're probably wondering how. But if you took the time and actually understood that everything in your life is your choice, you being fat is your choice. Now, not only is it your choice, but it's a trap. It's a trap. Being fat is a trap because it's comfortable. You don't have to do hard things. You don't have to push your body to the limits. You don't have to eat those healthy food. You can eat those junk food. You can get the rewards from all the dopamine hits from eating the junk food because you're comfortable. It's a trap. You know, it's so much easier to be fat than it is to be in shape. They say that there's more millionaires than people with six-pack. Did you know that? I didn't know that. First of all, because I ain't a fucking millionaire. So I'm wondering how the fuck there's more millionaires than people with six-pack. I'm like, what? It's a trap. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. And then, like I said, most people don't do good because they don't feel good. It's a trap. And everyone can see that you, and then the minute you walk into the room, everyone has already seen that you chose the life of comfort. You chose to eat those snacks. You chose to eat all the garbage. You chose not to lift your feet and do left, right, left until you break some sweat. You chose that life. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because you're probably like, oh no, I don't know how it happened. You chose that life. Now, the day you decide that you no longer want to be fat, that is the starting point, and I can't wait for you to decide that today is the day I need to make a change. Today is the day I make a choice that I no longer want to be in this position any longer, that I want to provide for my family. I want to be a household representation, example for my children, example for the community, example for my coworkers, that I am the guy who's going to go and do the work even when I'm tired, even when I don't feel like it. Do you know how that's going to portray to the world? Is that how it's going to portray to your women? How it's going to portray to your husband? How it's going to portray to your coworkers? How it's going to portray to your family? How it's going to portray to your friends? When you finally decide and say, hey, I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to put in the action. I'm going to become the guy or the girl. I'm going to become the person who gets in shape because it's not just for me. It's for everyone around me. I'm going to become selfless. This is a choice you must make. This is the choice you must decide. Are you done? Are you tired? Are you tired of not being treated? Like, can you imagine? You're going through life and you never seen how well or how good you could possibly look, how freaking beautiful and how beautiful you could be. Could you imagine that you've never seen abs? How could you imagine? The last time you saw abs was 10 years ago. Can you imagine your significant other looking at you and like, huh, yeah, you're cute, you're handsome, you're pretty, you're whatever. Could you imagine like actually hitting your true potential? Can you imagine actually doing that? Becoming the best version of yourself, actually putting the decision, making the decision that I no longer want to be fat, I no longer want to be out of shape, I no longer want to be average? Huh. Well, how would your life look, right? Would you be doing the stuff that you actually want to do? Would you be actually doing activities that will actually put yourself into a better position in life? Maybe. But at the end of the day, it's all your choice. It's all up to you. Being fat is your choice, and people see it every single day. It is your resume, your report card. They strip you of everything. What do you have left? Just your brain, your body, your health. They take away your job. What do you have left? But this is the end of the video. I just want to say that being fat is your choice. But if you guys like this video, you guys made this far, leave a like, thumbs up, whatever it might be. Subscribe. I hope you guys make the choice, the correct choice. You'll say, oh, there's no correct choice. There's a correct choice. I hope you make the correct choice and actually become the person you want to actually be. But like always, ciao.